author and international trainer, Nicholas Hill.
As a managing director of one of the representative companies was there, and probably 45 seconds into my pitch, he got a copy of the Times newspaper, went like that, and I'm stood there, right, carry on. He then folded his newspaper up, and it was one of these big bay windows, and he...
Oh my God.
That's awkward.
Yeah, okay. Like I said just before we went to break, the whole point of learning new skills is to be able to adapt and develop us to handle some of the most extreme circumstances. So what would you do in that environment, in those conditions? What would you now do?
Stop and look at it.
I'd ask him.
Hang on.
Just stop.
Just stop? Okay, you would stop. Good. Step one. You would stop. What would you do then?
Just silence. Just make everyone look at you and say, what am I doing wrong?
Okay. What else could you do and say?
I'd ask him why he's got his newspaper. What is it what doesn't interest you?
Yes, okay. Now we could make a mistake here of presupposing that he's upset, angry, bored, what else? You're assuming, what else could you assume in that scenario?
He's uninterested.
He's uninterested. What else? Why has he got the newspaper out? Just assume why he's got the newspaper out.
Dominance. He's showing dominance over you.
Showing dominance, what else?
He wants to influence the rest of the room.
Okay. Maybe he's placed a bet on the horse and he wants to see what the latest results are. Maybe he really does just want to catch up on the news. Okay, there's a lot of scenarios here that we haven't even considered. So we have to make sure that we stop and then ask. What we do is we remain objective or subjective. Objective means we keep it clean. Subjective means we impose our thoughts, our points of view. It's our opinion.
No, we stay objective.
Andy has said, put someone back in their place. So what you're doing is indirectly embarrassing them, but doing it in a subtle but polite way, and an acceptable way. But doing it indirectly means you're not speaking to them, you're not addressing them personally and deliberately. So you're speaking to everyone else and making light of it as well. So when it's a group setting, and again, you might want to do your own research by understanding how to handle, let's say, hecklers. For some of you, it's going to be irrelevant, but it depends on the size of the room you're delivering to, presenting to.
It can be a one-on-one. I think the only reason I mentioned that was to demonstrate that nothing is ever irrevocable. You can bring that person, because some people will come strong with an objection to start with, and don't get knocked back by that.
The key is don't get into an argument with them.
Yeah.
And stay with the group.
And the body language.
Stay with those that are interested. Okay, what you could say is, at that point, that the paper comes out with one person. If they all do it, you've got a problem. Okay, all with the same newspaper. Hang on, where the face is gone? I can't see anyone now. One person does it in a group of, let's say, 10. We're talking about 10% of the entire room. You can live with your 90% because, as you said, you just need a majority vote. That's all. So if you lose one, that's fine. You lose 5, you've got a problem. So if you just get one person doing it to prevent, and inhibit other people from doing the same thing, you bring it to light, but indirectly. So you would say something along the lines of, I recognise that to some people, what I'm saying right now is irrelevant. To the rest of us, inclusive language, not you, because now you start to possibly point fingers. To the rest of us, is or is this not relevant? Deliberate closed question. If you get a unanimous set of nods, then you can continue. If you start to get some people go, what's that mean?
It means no, it's not.
That usually means no, doesn't it? So if it's shrugging of the shoulders,
It's a polite way of saying no.
it could be a polite way of saying no. What else is it?
Maybe.
It's negative.
It's just a maybe. It's just, you know, we're not really too sure. What do you then do?
Well, you could, depending on where you are, if you stand in front of 1,000 people, probably cry and run away.
In your context, in your
Well,
context.
well, then change tack. Ask them, you know, why. You could ask why you're missing the point. You could ask if this is not relevant. Can we move on? You know, let's leave that then. We can come back to it. Let's move on to something else.
You could say take a break.
Let's take a break.
Yeah,
Let's ask some questions. I'm happy to take questions.
You only take a break once you've agreed that you'll come back after the break to discuss that which is relevant. Otherwise, you're going to lose half your audience on that break, and they will not come back in the room. They will all confer outside, saying, "This is a pile of poo." You know, but why am I wasting my time? You know, listening to this presentation, it's got nothing to do with me. Yeah. So you then ask how to make it relevant. Use your creative questioning skills.
Going back to your need analysis.
Yes. Okay. So you can do a quick recap, saying that we're going to take a short break. Afterwards, we're going to come back and explore. Is that going to be helpful? Yes, it will. Meaning that they're happy to move on. Which also suggests as well that let's just, you know, we recognise that what we've just done is a little bit irrelevant, but this is relevant. So let's forget overcoming the objection of what we've just discussed, because we can just toss it aside and move on.
Enroll on this masterclass now to influence your output, growth, change and culture. Enroll now at nicholashill.com or call 0345 678 9900.